Let's get into it. Episode 2. Yo, welcome to the BigZo podcast. I am he, and he is me. Want to welcome y'all to episode 2. Want to just say real quick, to the people who have to be out here doing this coronavirus times. Just continue to remain safe out there, man. I hope everybody's still practicing safetyness and social distancing or whatever, and just taking the necessary precautions to ensure that they remain healthy and survive during these times. And to those who are off work, who are missing paychecks, who are struggling a little bit more than others for lack of income, if you will, just continue to hold your head, man, and pray. And if you need anything, don't let your pride get in the way. If you know anybody who's going through that, please offer your help, offer your services, whatever it is you can do, because this is the time we all need to be together, man. And just continue to make the necessary sacrifice to make sure that, you keep your head above water, the best way you know how, And to the frontline workers, first responders, food service, warehouse workers, continue to just do what's best for you, man. Do what's best for you. Practice that social distancing while being at work and still maintaining to the ability to work as efficient as possible. But at the same time, do what's best for you, man. Don't die for these corporations. Don't die for these jobs, man, because the minute something happen to you, guess what? They going to continue on. They're going to probably send your family a little card or something, some flowers, a little bouquet. And they're going to continue on, man. So do what's best for you. I mean, I know everybody just can't afford to take off, so you have to be there. We have to be there. We have to be there. We got bills. We got family. So it's a hell of a choice to make. It's a hell of a situation to be in. But, that's life, man. So we got to buckle down and do what's best for our fams. But at the same time, while we out in this mess, man, we just gonna continue to do what's best for us and our families. So let's just continue to practice that safetyness and social distance, man. Wash your hands, sanitize your hands. If you're gonna dig in your nose, get some tissue. Don't be a flicker. Just get some tissue and just do whatever it is you need to do, man. So with that being said, we're going to continue with the Rona for a minute. I just wanted to question, for the men, basically. I mean, I know women do it, but I know men do it the most. I just want to know, during this whole quarantine stay at the crib, has your porn intake increased, or have you found better things to do with your time being at home? Now I know if you're a single guy, I'm sure it probably has increased because you ain't got nothing else to do if you following the rules. So I'm pretty sure it's some socks balled up in the corner or something that needs some attention. I know for couples or married folk, I'm sure dudes are struggling right now. I know my porn intake has ceased and is non-existent. I can't even think about it, especially with a 10-year-old running around. He moved like a ninja through the house. Sometimes you hear him, sometimes you don't. So I'm not even going to risk it. I'm not trying to, traumatize my kid at such an early age. I got his whole life to do that to him. But I know it's just rough out here, man. Breaking our daily routines and trying to adapt to the I don't even want to call it the new norm, man. Just what it's gonna be. It's just what it's gonna be. I don't see it shutting down anytime soon, dying down, man. So they might let us off the hook around uh, Thanksgiving and all that, because Black Friday is very lucrative for the economy. So they might hoodwink us and say, "Hey, we good," and just let us go do our Black Friday thing, Christmas and all that, and then shut us back down. Excuse me. Come the New Year, but ain't no telling, man. I don't put nothing past them, man. But just continue to do your research and learn for yourself. I know they throwing all these numbers out about deaths and new cases and all that, but just continue to do your research, man. Don't believe everything you hear. Don't believe everything you read. I mean, I know it's tough out here, but just continue to just focus and make decisions what's best for you, man. You know how you need to move. You know what you need to do. So just continue to just focus. Use your own mind. Use common sense. Common sense is key during these times. Common sense is key. But like I said, man, we're gonna get into a few topics. I won't be before you long. But I got a story real quick. Uh, I want to just say, watch what you say in front of kids, man. Watch what you say around kids, because you can kind of walk into a situation that's kind of hard to explain. So I say that to say, I was coming home the other day, and my wife is a teacher, so she really been working from home. She hasn't been leaving the house, so her car's pretty much been parked, unless whatever. But anyway, it's right up under a tree, so the hood is like covered in bird poop. Just it's just covered, like it's filthy. So I walk in the house, and she's in the kitchen, and I go in the house and I speak to her, and I go, "Hey, not knowing my son is within earshot, I go, hey babe, the birds outside." I said, "Your car covered in poop." I said, "Them birds out there, they been running a train on your car." And my son hears that and go, "Daddy, what's a train?" So now, now I'm like, "What?" He like, "What's a train?" I was like, torn. Like, do I explain to him what it is for real, or do I come up with like a good daddy answer? And let me just say this: if you've never seen a black woman stir a hole through you, then you don't know what fear is. Like, I've never been ice grilled like this before by anybody in my life. And I'm talking about, I grew up around the hardest of the hardest, and I've never felt a stare through my soul like this. It was almost as if she was saying, "Nigga, you bet not tell him what train really means." So in that moment, I had to check myself. So I said, it's just, son, a train just means all the birds been pooping on her car at the same time. And he was like, "Oh." I couldn't tell if he really believed me or not, but he took it. He took it. So that was like the best thing I could come up with. So my go to move is to tell them to get out when I'm trying to get out of the situation. I don't care what it is. It could be anything. If it's something I feel like I'm not gonna thrive in, I just tell them to get out. That's my go to move. Get out, and he leaves. So far it's been working. But you got to watch what you say in front of kids, man, because they'll soak that up. Last thing I need is for him to be at school when school does resume, or talking to his grandma talking about birds been running trains on mommy car. So it was just tough, man. So just watch, just watch what you say. Watch what you say in front of these kids, because they are sponges. They don't forget anything, and they soak it all up. And they will wait until the most inconvenient time to repeat what it is they have soaked up. It's never going to be at home when it's just you. It's going to be at the grocery store when you're talking to somebody you haven't seen in a while. Or it's going to be when you talking to your pastor after church or something. That's when they're going to decide to deliver it. Kids have perfect timing when it comes to embarrassing you. Trust me, I've done the research. But so just watch what you say around your kids, man. So that's it. And then also, man, with this whole corona thing, man, I see a lot of people online talking about excuse me, that they gaining weight back and they're getting off back into their poor eating habits and all of that. And yeah, we could use that as an excuse. I'm guilty of that. I'm quick to be like, ain't nothing else to do. So drink, eat, whatever. But just do the best you can, man. Do the best you can. Everything in moderation. You don't have to eat the whole family size bag of chips. I will. But you don't have to eat the whole family size bag of chips. You don't have to eat the whole pack of cookies. You don't have to drink the whole 2-liter soda. You don't have to do all of that. Drink water. Try water. I know water boring. Water get a bad rap. I know everybody on the popular thing. I'm just going to drink water and mind my business. Let me tell you something. Water is boring. It is boring. I drink water maybe, I don't know, one liter a day, and it's awful. I'm just going to be real, 100 with you. It's boring. Why drink water when there's juice? Yeah, I know it got sugar in it and all of that, but water is boring. It is boring. I know the body is 70% water or whatever the number is, but it's boring. And if the percentage is that high, then why I got to keep drinking it? That's more than half. That's a C. That's passing. But water is boring. You know what? Drinking water is like having condom sex. Like, yeah, it's the safe thing to do, but are you really satisfied at the end of it? I just let that sink in for a minute. Like, drinking water is like condom sex. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. Yeah, it's safe. It's healthier for you. But are you really satisfied? Are you really quenching that thirst? So, water, condom sex, soda, raw. And and who don't like raw? But, again, man, but practice healthy habits. Do your thing, man. Just try to maintain. I know we all had that which I'm glad it quickly went away. That 2020 vision, everybody, that reference everybody was making, it's 2020, the vision is clear. Corona shut that down, brother, quickly. He turned that shit into 60-40 real fast. So just do the best you can, man. Do the best you can. Do the best you can. Get your home workouts in. Go for a walk. Just 30 minutes. It ain't got to be outside around people all day. Just 30 minutes a day. Get you some sun, man. Get that melanin popping. We protect it out here. Get you some sun. But so anyway, one of the things I wanted to talk about was I got actually quite a few, man. I don't know which one I want to get into first, but I hit them with something light. Here's a kind of a pet peeve of mine, if you will. I was talking to a buddy of mine. It's a guy talking to my homeboy, and back in the day, he was like very, very, very superficial. Like when it came to women, like first of all, he wasn't messing with no woman that was above 145. Anything above that, you probably weren't gonna get the time of day for him. But So we got into it. I remember us having a discussion one day about that, and I was, calling them out on it, like, "Yo, man, you superficial, man. You borderline shallow, dog. Like you don't like the as hard as you are on women, looks wise, it's not right." And he was like, "Well, I just like what I like. I ain't trying to, be mean and nothing. I just like what I like. If you got this, you got that, then I'm probably not gonna deal with you." Now, granted, he ain't in the best physical shape. He's a handsome guy. I'm man enough to admit that. But body wise, he is not in the best shape. And so I brought it up. I ain't in the best shape either. You know what I mean? But I'm not superficial like that. So I said, man, you looking how you looking. I said, what if a woman told you she wasn't going to give you the time of day because of your appearance, your physical attributes? She didn't like that stomach, or she ain't like your breast may be a little too big, or you knock need or something. Like what if they did that? And he was like, then that's they right. And see, that's what my issue comes in at, because women will accept, most women anyway, will accept any man body type. As long as you are good to them, you can almost look like whatever. They will, yo, I, been down that road, you can look like whatever. And they will accept it as long as you are respectful, you treat them good, make them feel comfortable, make them feel special, make them feel like they can trust you, or make them feel protected. Man, you could pretty much look like whatever you want to look like. But at the same time, turn it around, we hold them to a very, very, very strict uh, list of things that we want to see and don't want to see. And it's just not right, because women go through hell. But I like the change. I like the movement, though. It's more so now they doing it for self. It ain't about guys. It's more so they doing it for self. Uh, but that's not right. And then you see why these women go into these horrible physical changes, for us, breast enhancement, uh, lip injections, Botox, butt implants, uh, getting a waist and all that. It's crazy, man, the way society got these has set the standard of beauty, when that's crazy, because beauty comes in all shapes, forms, sizes, colors, whatever. But they will have you to believe that you need to look like this in order to be beautiful, and that's bogus. You go on Instagram, man, you can't tell these women apart. All of them look alike. All of them built the same. All of them. Every single one of them. All built the same. Same body type. You just replace the head. All of them built the same. And that's crazy. That's crazy. That's why, I don't know. I just don't think you have to get off into all that. You know. Shout out to the BBWs, man. Loving themselves, embracing themselves, embracing them curves and their full figures, and having that confidence to be who they are and not care what you think. And I know everybody like to give what's baby girl name? Give Lizzo the credit, but nah. BBW's been popping. Been popping. But, that's the wave. That's the movement. And I'm here for it. But yeah, we way too harder on women for us, like physical looks, than they are on us. And that's crazy. That's crazy, because we can walk around, shoes leaning, pants dingy, whatever, fat, bald, but bald is in, or either the guys who refuse to accept that they losing their hair and don't want to go bald. That transition stage, women would deal with that transition stage, which is unfair. Fellas, let it go. I'm gonna tell you right now, let it go. Once that hairline start pushing back, or uh, it start getting a little thin at the top, hey, just let it go, man. Come on over. I did not play around with it. I'm gonna be honest with you. The minute I saw my hairline moving back only on one side, it ain't like it was moving back evenly so I could hold on to it for longer. It started moving back on one side. So I was about to have an L. I wasn't finna deal with that, man. Went on, cut it off, shaved it off, embraced it early, get used to it. But my hairline was not moving back together. It did not agree with each other on each side. One side decided to go in early, the other side was like, "No, I'm gonna stay outside." So I was not finna be walking around with this acute angle lining, this 90-degree angle lining on my head, man. So got rid of it. Wasn't gonna play around with it. So embrace your bald, man. Bald head and birds. We out here. But yeah, man, women will put up with anything. But ladies, let me ask you something. What is a deal breaker for you? And I want you to think not the major stuff, not physical. I'm saying you just starting out. Let me hit you with a scenario real quick. So you meet a guy, y'all dating, is at the beginning stages. Everything y'all do and say to each other is cute and it's funny, and we're always thinking about each other. And you stand on the phone at 4, 5 in the morning, knowing you got to be at work at 8 o'clock, and you just everything popping. So go out, you invite him back to your place, or you go to his place, however. And it's getting a little heated, and tonight's the night. So y'all working it out, mixing it up, and full play, and it's getting hot, getting heated, and let's say he go to undress you, lay you down, and then he go to get undressed, and everything good, beautiful night. So you get up to go to the bathroom, and his drawers on the floor, and he got dookie stains. What's your next move? And I don't mean like no little piece. I mean he got a streak. What is your next move? Do you go to the bathroom, finish using the bathroom, and then go get back in the bed and finish the pillow talk time, or go to sleep, or do you get out of there? And will there be a second date, or would the relationship continue? So is dookie stains a deal breaker is what I'm asking. So let that ponder, excuse me, because it's grown men walking around here with doodle stain in their drawers, but yet being very picky and very selective about the women that they date. That's where we are. That's how bold and arrogant and prideful men are. We have doodle stains in our drawers, but yet will not date a woman because she may weigh too much, or her hair might be long enough, not be long enough, or her skin complexion may not be to our liking, or her feet may not be to our liking. I knew a cat wouldn't even date a woman with average looking feet. Missing out on all blessings because them toes, you know, had a little hardship from time to time. But that's what we are. That's what we are as men. So, ladies, is dookie stains a deal breaker? I say yes. But that's just me. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you. If I see some if I see some dookie stains and some panties, I'm out. I am out. But What's some other deal breakers, man? I don't, I'm easy, bruh. It take a lot to turn me off. I'm old school. But anywho, hey, so no sports though, but they still having drafts, all of that, the NF drafts, and I seen a little clip, man, of the dude who got drafted, and little white girlfriend was really hugging him, trying to, get all the shine, but black mama was like, "Nah, heifer, get off his lap. This ain't the time. This ain't the time." And she actually put a look like in the little video. She put up a little resistance, like she didn't want to get up at first, like she had like she didn't understand what's going on, and the mama had to, hit her with that mama yank. Get your ass up, and it's crazy. Then I know y'all seen a video of the one chick who tried to grab my man's cell phone while he was on his other phone, and he quickly snatched that phone back. Now she tweeted about it, was like a dude was on the phone with his agent, or he was on the phone with the team that drafted him, and that was his agent calling, and she was going to answer it for him. Why? Why? His agent don't want to talk to you. He can call his agent back. What you going? What you doing that for? You ain't his secretary. You're not his assistant. What you trying to answer his phone for? And he took that phone so quick. I don't care if we own live TV. You're not touching my phone. My man grabbed that phone. Was like, no, we don't do that. She probably won't be around either. But nah. My man wasn't playing that. He didn't even break stride either. That boy was on the phone with that team and was like, yeah. I'm looking forward to the deal. Give me that phone, partner. Yeah, so as you was, nah, man, my girl trying to grab my phone. And yeah. Hey, yo, boy, man, don't play about them phones, boy. I saw a little man. I saw this video. There was it was this couple reenacting the Titanic. So my man was sinking like DiCaprio was. He was going up under the water, and as he was going up under the water, he reached up and took his phone out his gear hand, and then finished drowning. And that's what's at. That's what's at. But no sports, but they still doing the drafts, man. I don't mess with the NFL anyway, so I could care less, But missing that NBA. And actually, baseball, man. Missing baseball a little bit. Yachty, missing them. But hopefully, man, we get back to where we need to get to. In a matter of months or whatever. But going back to men and women, man. I got a question. Who do y'all feel handles rejection better, men or women? Who handles rejection better? Once again, I feel like I'm caping, man, but I'm gonna say women handle rejection better than men. I know a lot of guys, and also I've been in those predicaments where you get rejected and you don't handle it like you think you would. Especially when you think about it in hindsight. Like, yo, I handled that all wrong. But I don't think dudes handle rejection well, man. I think when women handle it better because they go through more. They have to deal with more. They have to put up with more. So I think they tend to, their skin over time gets a little thicker than ours, becomes thicker than ours. And to the point where, hey, yo, they be unbothered. Dudes be on that nonsense. It ain't nothing for them to walk away now. It used to be on some, hold on, is it me type deal. Now they like, yo, all right, whatever. And they go on about their business. We don't do that. Especially when we feel like we invested some time into them. So, if we buy you stuff and we doing stuff and all of a sudden it don't work out, yeah, we have a hard time just up and leaving. And I ain't gonna get too serious on it, because it can get dangerous. I hate them dudes. I hate them dudes right there. But yeah, I don't think we handle it as well as women do because we don't have to deal with rejection. I'm gonna say this: women handle it better because when they get rejected, it's on a deeper level. When we get rejected, it's just right there on the surface. So yeah, we could try to holler at a woman or do whatever, and they might tell us no. And it's not a big deal to us because we haven't become emotionally invested yet. So we're able to handle it a little better. Usually, when a woman gets rejected, is after she has been emotionally invested with the guy. Love has come into play. Uh, Building has come into play. Maybe kids have come into play. Investments have maybe come into play. So it's a lot. It's a lot more on the plate. So with them going through that and dealing with that, their skin becomes thick and they become stronger. Meanwhile, we don't. So when all those things come into play for men and the man gets rejected, we don't know how to handle it. We struggle. We struggle emotionally. We struggle mentally. And the worst thing that can happen for a man is for his mind to start playing tricks and letting his imagination get the best of him. Oh man. Once that imagination get the best of you, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. You start thinking about all the filthy, dirty possible things that could have happened. First thing we think is it's another guy. Probably ain't even another guy. It's just she tired of you. She tired of you. But we quickly go to another guy. But let's say it is another person. Let's bring cheating into the equation just to kind of make it a little bit more interesting. So men will we have two different we men and women have two different I guess reasonings for being hurt or wanting to know things. Women are more so if a guy cheats, women are more so concerned with why did you cheat? Is there was it just sex? Do you really love her? Is it any type of emotional connection? You know, like what's really below the surface other than you just wanted to hit. Y'all care and more concerned on a more deeper, profound level than we are. All men are concerned about when a woman cheats is did you give them some head? Once our mind play tricks, all we doing is thinking about the most dirtiest, filthiest things that they could be doing together. I don't even think women. I don't even think sex crosses the woman's mind if the guy's cheating. It's a whole bunch of other stuff. Cause what are you giving her that you're not giving me? And it becomes so much deeper and more personal because women like that closure. All we concerned about is what position y'all was in because we shallow like that. We ain't asking like, well, do he listen to you more, or is he there for you? Emotionally. All we concerned about is the physical aspect of the cheating. We don't care about nothing else. We just concerned about the physical aspect of the cheating. And once our imagination get the best of us, man, it ain't nothing it ain't nothing you can do or say because we know how you give it up. And the last thing we want is for you to be giving it up like we know you can to another dude. But yo, when you it's part of the game, baby. But that's what we that's what we concerned about. But like I said, we tend to be a little bit more shallow. We don't really look beneath the surface. We don't really look beneath the surface. We're not even concerned with the surface. We don't care that he bought you crab legs and wine. We concerned about the other stuff. Excuse me, I have to sip my morning mimosa. My hood mimosa. That's Fanta, pineapple soda, and a Jamaican something cooler, whatever it is. I don't drink that. I don't drink that hard stuff. But uh, yeah, we don't. We ain't really concerned with that. So, fellas, step your game up, man. Get your mind right, cause we ain't built for the rejection like we think we are. I've hid in bushes, but that's another story. Anywho, uh, move on to this whole social media thing, man. I got home girl. We talk often about the dating scene. She was saying how hard it is to find a guy who is find guys who are thinking about serious relationships. And uh I think the reason is because it it has become much easier to not even date, get laid. So I think the scene is harder for women who are actually looking for a relationship of substance than it is someone looking for a relationship of just pleasure. If and if you're looking for just pleasure, then this is the time, cause it seems like ain't nobody out here trying to be in nothing of substance. So it's a little harder, man, if you're looking for something because social media and just technology itself has made it so much easier to get the I guess the quick fix, if you will, instead of the long haul. But she was just saying, she did a couple of dating apps and met a couple of guys, and they were nice, but they wasn't nice for too long. It all go back to that chameleon that I was referring to. They were nice for so long, and then I guess when they felt like it was time to go to the next level, and that next level didn't come quick enough, then they got different. They showed their hand, and they bounced. Which I told her, yo, that was good for you, because what you don't want to be doing is running up that body count, because body count is important to fellas. So, especially in 2020, you don't want to run up that body count. But uh, yeah, it's a little tough. It's a little tough. Um, trying to find some of substance out here these days, man, because everybody we in the days of just do what you feel right, act on it. You know, why not? Just do it. But it's some men and women out here who are looking for something that's real. That's real, and they having a hard time. They're having a hard time, and it's crazy, but that's what we are. That's what we are. Uh, Dating and all of that is it's funny now. It's funny because you really just text for a couple weeks. Like that's equivalent to investing. I like the old days, when you actually had to go pick somebody up. It wasn't even like meet me here. It was like, yo, I'm gonna come and pick you up at 7 and we gonna go out. Now it's like meet me here. Separate cars, Meet me here. And I get it because it's a bunch of weirdos out here, today. And you don't want everybody knowing where you live. I get it. I get it. I 1,000% understand it. But it's rough. It's rough. And the attention span, people's attention span is so short. People get bored real quick. And if you can't hold my attention for, I don't know, whatever time, then they gonna move on. Attention span is like that. It goes. Get bored easily, and they will discard you because you can't hold my attention. So you got to kind of be on your P's and Q's when it comes to that, because they will get you out of here in a heartbeat. My homegirl said that. She was like, my attention span is short. She said, I get bored easily. So you got to be talking about something. And, sad to say, dudes don't know how to talk these days. That texting, that's why they prefer to text than actually talk, because you have a lot of confidence texting. You say things texting that you would never say in person, face to face, eye to eye. That texting give you that confidence. Because even if you say something slick, all you gotta do is put an LOL behind it. You serious, but haha, just in case they ain't digging it, they won't get upset. He must have been joking because he threw that LOL behind it. You can say anything, you throw LOL behind it. But that texting give you that confidence. False sense of confidence. Because when it's time to meet up and sit down and look each other in the eye and talk like a man, talk like a woman, can't do it. Can't do it. You can't teach game. Either it's in you or it's not. And I'm talking about honest game, courtship game, not Playboy game. Game for us knowing how to talk to a lady, knowing how to, hold their attention or give them your undivided attention. And you can't do it because you're too busy, finger tapping. You can finger tap, you can text for hours. But you can't hold a conversation for 5 minutes that is non-sexual or flirtatious. Because that's what texting has become. Texting is almost gone. It's almost just sexting right now. Can't even text anymore. But that's what we are. We're in the microwave stage. We want it fast. We want it hot. But that's what we are. It's filthy out here. But, hey, to the people who looking for stuff serious, man, looking for something serious, looking for that love at the end of the rainbow, looking for that ring. Not even necessarily looking for that ring, but just looking for someone to build with and share their life with and pillow talk with and eat dinner with and gain weight with. Hey, it's out here. It's out here. All is not lost. It's still people like that. It has to be. It's still people like that, man. Everybody not out here on that door to door action. There's still people out here. What else did I want to discuss? So has this stay in the house order, and this is just for the live-in couples, because I'm sure the couples who don't live together, y'all still getting some quarantine and chill in. Y'all just ain't at the crib. So y'all still leaving that crib. And understandable. But to the live-in couples, has this corona improved your relationship, or has it exposed your relationship? Has it improved or has it exposed? Have y'all gotten closer, more acquainted, more intimate on a not necessarily a physical level, but more intimate on a mental, emotional level? Or have y'all relationship been exposed with not having these distractions to where you don't have to really focus all your attention on your mate? Because sometimes our jobs can be an escape. Doing things with the kids can be an escape. Going to the gym can be an escape. Uh, just whatever your little hobby is or whatever, whatever it is that causes y'all to have time apart can be a escape, for lack of a better word. I guess I would say, space. They say absence makes the heart grow fonder. So those things where y'all have y'all separate time have basically now been taken away. So has it improved you guys' relationship, or has it exposed it? And after this corona is over, will you leave or will you stay? So I know it's still difficult out here. With me being quote unquote essential, you know, I still got to go to work. So my routine, I wasn't a cat that be all out of the house anyway, but I still got to go to work. So my routine really hasn't changed. I know she probably miserable because she in the house all day. She got to work from home, so she's still not getting away from the kids. But uh, I was just wondering that, man, because I see a lot of people on social media with them posts, like asking is the married people or the living couples, are they okay? Because now they spending more time with each other and they being on top of each other like that. So I was just wondering, man, has it improved, or has it exposed your relationship? Hopefully it has improved. But on the other hand, if it was trash in the beginning, maybe this is the incentive you need to leave when it's all said and done. Or if it's that bad, leave now. You know? But just was wondering about that. But uh I'm gonna bring this thing to a close, man. Like I said, man, I wasn't gonna be before y'all long, man. I gotta get some sleep, bro. I don't know what this is. I think I might have insomnia or something, man. Like I cannot sleep. I don't know what it is. I've been taking and trying like different stuff. I've been doing melatonin. I've been doing Elite PMs, Tylenol PMs. I even tried to I take one Tylenol PM and take like two melatonins. That seems to work. But I need something. I need something because my sleep habits are extremely poor. Extremely poor. I may get 3 hours uninterrupted, and then I'm tossing and turning for the next two. Clock watching. I hate clock watching. But uh, I'm gonna say this, man, before I get out of here. During this quarantine time, man, I want you to ask yourself a question. What is one thing, and I want you to be real with yourself, be 100. What is one thing about yourself that you could change? What is one thing about yourself that you can change? And I would say this. For me, it would be I can be selfish. So I would change I would change my selfish ways and my selfish habits. So not to get on my therapy bag, but growing up, my brother is autistic, so he pretty much did whatever I did, or I never had to like share, or I never had to like do what he wanted to do because he didn't want to do anything. So it was pretty much I got my way. It was my way all the time. I didn't have to negotiate. It was just a matter of my mom saying yes or no, my pop saying yes or no. But for the most part, I pretty much got to do what I wanted to do all my life. I could probably count on one hand the number of times my mom's told me no. And it was either no for a good reason, no because we couldn't afford it, or it was just a bad idea. But for the most part, I could. My mom's very rarely told me no, so I was accustomed to getting my way and doing what I want to do. So fast forward to adulthood, and now you're dealing with women, and you're dealing with just people in general. You tend to be a bit selfish because your whole life it's been your way. You're getting your way. You're getting what you want. So that doesn't carry over well into relationships. Any kind of relationship, whether it's a romantic one, whether it's a platonic one, whether it's just like a friendship, whether it's a business one, it don't carry over well. So I had to make adjustments to my selfish ways. Now, I'm not saying that I'm no longer selfish. I am still selfish, but I have made improvements. And I try to make improvements daily. And it ain't even about being selfish with big stuff necessarily. That ain't what it's all about. You could be selfish on a whole bunch of other levels. You could be selfish with your mate. You could be selfish with your kids. You could be selfish with your friends. You could be selfish at the job. There are different levels to being selfish. And I think I was selfish on all levels. I think I was selfish on all levels. I think I may have improved on one or two, but I still got a long way to go. And it's just me being real. It's just me being real. So, it don't need me to lie. Selfish. You ask wifey, she'll tell you, hey, if you could change somebody, she gonna cut you off right in mid sentence. He's selfish. And I accept it, So I work on it. Like I'm selfish with my son, man. He just asked me probably about an hour ago. I got maybe a half a cup of soda left. He was like, "Daddy, can I have it?" I was like, I'm gonna drink that. And I stood on it. I want that last little bit of juice. Whatever. Selfish. But I'm working on myself, man. I'm working on myself. If it's 3 cookies left, you better believe I'm going to eat them. So, just working on myself. Working on myself daily. Work on yourself daily, man. Work on yourself daily. Selfish may not be your hindrance, your obstacle, but there are other things in your life, I'm sure, that gets in the way of you constantly improving on yourself daily. So, sit down, be real with yourself, and figure it out. And then make them improvements. I never forget that's one. If nothing else stuck with me, that's one thing that stuck with me. When I was going to church, the first lady of the church gave she preached the service, and it was titled self-inventory. And she just talked about taking a self-inventory, a self-evaluation of yourself, good and bad, and making improvements on it or getting rid of some things. And that was a very deep message. And that message stays with me to this day. I'm constantly looking to improve on myself. I may not go as hard as I should with it, but I'm always thinking about it and I'm always mindful of it. Because you never want to have a negative impact on those around you. Or you never want to burn these bridges, man, because times is hard out here. So you don't want to burn these bridges because at some point you're going to need somebody. Nobody can do everything on their own. At some point you're going to need somebody. Nobody, I don't care who you look at, nobody has become successful or rich or whatever it is you look at to be boss life on their own with absolutely zero help. Everybody needed a door open for them. Everybody needed a handout at some particular time. Nobody has gotten rich on their own. So you don't want to burn them bridges, man. You want to constantly be improving on yourself and making sure that you are a dope human being, man. So that when that time come on your ladder to success, on your way up, when that time come, it's somebody you can call, it's somebody that's willing to help you, or do whatever, or put in a word for you. All of us pretty much got our jobs because of somebody recommended us, or something of that nature. So you never wanna be an awful person, man, because at some point you're gonna need somebody. I know we like to think we all got it together and we all want to be bosses. We all try to have that bosses mentality or whatever, but you're gonna need somebody at one point. You're gonna need somebody at one point. So keep that in mind, man, and hold your head. I'm gonna get out of here. Keep that in mind. Hold your head and just stay safe, stay clean, stay pure, drink your water, take your vitamins, try to eat healthy, eat your vegetables, man. Get that green up. But I'm gonna go grab me some chips. But until then, man, stay low, keep firing, and just keep doing you, man. Till next time, peace.